Mr. Masuku, thank you so much for joining us. You have been part of the NGC for the 4 days that it has been happening. Just what are your thoughts on the ANC and this attempt to renew itself? Because the president, as well as most of the leaders of the ANC who were speaking, spoke about renewing itself and going back to South Africans and showing them that the ANC is really serious about renewing itself. Do you believe this? Did you see it during the deliberations that were happening over the 4 days?
Thank you very much for an opportunity to speak to the viewers. We want to just start first by congratulating the ANC on its successful NGC, and also congratulate the delegates who were so disciplined and very focused in their discussion. We engaged them too, and we like also the resolutions that they've taken as so good. Even in relation to dealing with the issues of renewal. But speaking to that issue of renewal, we should be able to indicate that it's not what you say. We've been saying the things that are there, we've been saying them all along. It's responding to it and really taking action to change that. But the framework is actually good. And also the framework that have been put is a liberation movement. And the liberation movement can see itself as an elite. It can't depend on PR when it goes to election. It must interact with communities. And for that matter, that decision is actually a very good one in relation to serving the people. And that's what we've been emphasizing on as the party. We've been fighting over that one. No one in the movement must see himself and be self-serving, must be focusing on the people. So we welcome that. We also welcome the fact that they've been deliberating, and at the end, they even arrive at a point. We've been arguing the neoliberalism in the neoliberal trajectory of our policies. It's not going to take us anywhere, and they've acknowledged it, and they've acknowledged that and actually made a decision and identify it as a deterrent of progress. And we welcome that. The other thing that we welcome is the decision to instruct its leadership to expedite the meeting between the alliance to discuss the challenge that we have been thrown by our decision to go and contest election. For us to go to sit and explain to them what is this thing that we're actually doing, what is driving that. We welcome that too. We also this decision that we noted, the decision that they have made in the NGC, that now that this thing is not clarified, they would like our members to be we should not be participating in their structures of elections, and we welcome that, because we've been setting the framework of the ANC structures is that there's a certain number that the SACP must participate in. We had already decided that. No, we must give the space to the ANC to have its own space until further notice. But the one thing that we have noted is that there's a difference between the NGC decision and what the president was saying. The president spoke about removing members of the SACP from strategic meetings of the ANC and also from the election structures. That one is very different, and I don't know how that is going to be managed. We'll have to see it as members of the leadership of the party to reflect on that and also to interact with the ANC. What is the meaning of that when the ANC has got just over 500 membership, and we know that there are over 300 members that are members of the ANC? Does that mean that you withdraw them all so that they cannot sit? Because in the strategic sessions of the ANC, like it means conferences, it means general councils, it means general meetings of the branches. So it's what we must clarify, whether it was not a typo.
And just lastly, how would you describe this moment, especially between the ANC and the SACP? Is this the lowest that these two parties have reached at this point?
No. the progress that you see in the whole movement that we have made up to now where we are, it was out of moments where we have to stop and have a very intense discussion on critical matters. This time it is all about whether we should focus on ourselves or focus on the people, whether we should change our values and focus on the work of the people. It is also about the issues around the different approach in our trajectory of policies. And it is also about our existence. We are living in the era of coalition. What is the meaning of that for the Communist Party? Because the Communist Party is a socialist organization. The ANC is a liberation movement. So if we don't participate in elections and talk to people about what are these policies that we are saying they're alternative, so what will the party be existing for? And what will make it to exist? So those are the debates that we're actually dealing with. And in the past, we have had a lot of those discussions. We had them going to 1994 until we had RDP. We had them when we were in the 60s until we had the Morogoro 1969, where the strategy and tactic was adopted by the ANC to define what the struggle is all about and how do we relate in the alliance. So all those matters were there, and there were deep and tense discussions around it. They are there, they come and go. But what is good about them, after them, we have got a progressive move towards transformation of our society.